It's an apple injected with grape juice because apples just weren't sweet enough for kids. Oh, good God.
Am I going to call you Matt or do I have to call you Mateo? What is
You can talk to Jason Reitman about that one.
Yeah? Is it Jason Reitman's fault?
Yes, it is purely Jason Reitman's fault.
Really?
Before...
He wanted you to be gayer?
That's what we were shooting for. But I don't think he got far enough, so I added the scar.
Good.
One morning, before we went into the studio, he's like, hey, do you know a good breakfast joint? I'm like, 13 coins. So I mean, I've only been there at 3 in the morning. So
I was going to say, that's a good hungover joint.
Yeah, I probably always thought it's the best breakfast in the world because I was there at 3 in the morning all the time. But anyway, so went to 13 coins and we're sitting there and we're talking about our heritage. You know, and I don't know how we got on the conversation. We've known each other for like 7 years or something, but he was telling about his Jewish heritage and I was telling about my Italian father, Benedetto Messina, and my Irish mother, Catherine Margaret Kelly. So basically, I'm named after my uncle Mateo. He passed away right before I was born. My dad's brothers are Antonino, Giuseppe, Enzo, Mateo, and then his sister's Eucharistica. But they go by Ben, Joe, Tony, Bill, Matt, Kay. You know, they got anglicized over here. So he goes, Mateo, Kelly, Messina? And I go, yeah. He goes, oh, if we work together, will you take that as your credit? And I'm like, well, I don't care. You know, it's my name. I just never really thought about taking it as that. And I had to go to Fox to basically kiss the ring of Robert Kraft, the head of music at Fox. And I'm leaving to go to Fox. And he's like, and it's kind of like, hey, you've got the job as long as these people, you know, deem it's all right kind of thing. And right as I'm leaving, he goes, hey, Messina. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, about your credit. And I was like, oh God, what? You know, like, I'm not getting credited? What is going on? And he goes, is it Matt or Mateo? And I was like, oh. And then like one of the producers pipes up, she goes, well, your rate just went up 40,000. You know? So I didn't think it was that big a deal. After this movie did its mushroom cloud, I'm only known as Mateo.
Now, Juno, since you mentioned that, that's a little film that he worked on with Jason Reitman. Mm-hmm. What do you call Jason?
I call him D. Jason or DJ Mediocre.
DJ Mediocre.
Yeah, D. Jason usually, because he DJs and he's really good at it. So he is the most musical director I've worked with. That Juno soundtrack is his brainchild. When I was writing that score, he would come up to my studio. And here's a story for you that with Jason, one day he's sitting on the couch in the studio, he's sitting there with a guitar and he goes, hey, and we're reviewing some scenes and then he goes, wait a second, what was that one thing you played for me the other day? And he starts picking through it on the guitar and I was like, oh, I recognize that. And then he plays it pretty decently on the guitar and I go, no, I remember that, but I did that on piano. And he goes, yeah, that's right. And then he comes up to my piano and he goes, I think it was like, and he played it. He played what I wrote a week earlier. And I was like, oh, my little dog and pony show is done. You know, I was like, because he's that musical.
So you worked on the tiny film, and that is a gold record. Or did it surpass gold? Mm-hmm. It's gold. Gold. That's good.
It's on its way to other things.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Does that feel good? Do you have it on your wall? Do you have it framed on your wall?
No, I haven't done that yet. I think over the holiday season, I'm going to take time. Thank you for reminding me, and I'm going to get that gold record, put it up, and I'm going to get a poster.
There's nothing like worshiping yourself at home.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's really important.
You know,